Hello everyone, here I am again back with another video, and as you can see I have made a lot of improvements here. I have now a lamp here that can illuminate me. I have my computer there that I can edit the video, it's better for you. And I have a new camera that you're watching me through now. So before we start the video, I'm Rodrigo Cazuza and I like to paint with very cheap and affordable materials. And in today's video I was planning to do something related to watercolor and very cheap watercolor. How is my painting process, how I do things. And so I decided to make this video like painting with very cheap watercolor, but I decided also to combine both topics because there are some people that are going through a very hard time now, not only because it's quarantine but because it's their birthdays and they can't actually celebrate with a lot of friends and people around them, and some people actually miss it. And I do know one of these people, and that's what this video is about. I have this friend who lives in Manhattan. He's a friend from my country, my city back in Brazil, and I've recently met him here in the United States, and it was fun how things went through us, but we are now like kind of very close. We even spent like New Year's Eve together. It was my first New Year's Eve in New York and I spent it in his apartment. It was so fun. And so because he's like could not have his friends around, I decided, okay, I'm gonna make a present for him because he has asked me a lot to draw him, to paint him and his boyfriend. And I've been like promising I would do it, and I never did it. So here it is, the opportunity. I'm gonna paint him, use him as a model, and I'm gonna try to call him in the end of this video, and let's see what happens and how is going to be his reaction. Also, I'm going to be talking about watercolor, my process, and how to present your friends in quarantine, your birthday friends in quarantine. So pay attention to this video and let's go to it until the end. Bye.
So as you know, I use very cheap and simple supplies for my art because I believe the materials are just instruments and who give it power is the artist. I normally start sketching. For that I used a picture as a reference, of course. I start sketching very freely until I finally feel confident enough to outline it and cover it with the fine pens. After that I prepare my materials, and this drawing should be painting with watercolors. I've seen a lot of different methods to apply watercolor and I felt really comfortable with this one that I'm gonna do. I start with a lighter color and paint the whole skin, and once that is done I start working in the light and shadow. And for that I advise you to define beforehand a light spot direction, because the opposite side of it should be the shadow, which means that it should be darker. Also, you can study the picture you're using as a reference beforehand and try to understand where the light is coming from, where do you see darker spots and where shadow is, you know, and try to reproduce that in your art, and it just have to make sense, you know. What I do after that is I add darker tones of the same color to make the transition to the shadow spots, and then I start painting other parts of the drawing, and that's when I will adding other colors. With watercolor I normally use a lot of water, of course, to make a very smooth shading through the colors, and the less water you use it is the stronger the color will be, and that somehow can also help you using the same color with less water to create the shadow. And that's what basically I noticed is the difference between gouache and watercolor, since gouache is a very cheap opaque color, so no matter how many times you use the same color, the shadow will only work once you add different layers of colors for gouache. And here you can basically use the same color with different amounts of water, so you can create the shades and the shadows. For the crown I also used a reference because he was not using this crown in the picture that I used. But let me go to the part of the story behind the drawing and the idea. Well, let me talk a little bit about my friend Juan. Juan's a recent friend I met here in the US, and I think something that got us close really quickly is the fact we are from not only the same country, but also the same city. He just turned 25 years old now, but because of coronavirus, he couldn't have friends over, a party and things like that. Still, I'm sure he had a lot of fun with the people he lives with, also very adorable people. I know he's in good company. He lives in Manhattan, which is basically the new epicenter, yes, I think that's the word, of the city, so you can imagine how hard that could be. Well, besides that, Luan has a very good energy. He's a very friendly person and creative. I've heard he likes to cook a lot, and he's one of the biggest selenators, I've met. He's a very huge fan of Selena Gomez. He's a very big fan of hers. He has even seen her already. They have some pictures because he wore Selena Gomez costume for last Halloween, and I guess somehow she saw it. He was also very sweet to invite me and one of our common friends to his apartment to spend the New Year's Eve party, as I showed you. It was super fun. My first New Year's Eve in New York, and I definitely will never forget. So because he's from Manaus, Amazon, and now lives in New York, I honored his story with the New York crown and the heart that I wrote AM, which means Amazon, and NYC, which means New York, already. Also, I wrote one of Selena Gomez's songs in the drawing that I think represent his personality very well. And yeah, and he's very engaged in social media too. It will be also down here in the box of infos. But basically that's it. The message of this video is basically that. Find something around you that you can do and present your birthday friends during quarantine. If you like painting, drawing, or illustrating, that should be something very nice and cool to do. If you sing or play some instrument, sing a song, play a song for your friends. Write a poem if you're good at writing and make video about it. Make a photo montage and send it to them. Edit videos of yours together, and things like that. There are many creative ways of presenting people, and I'm sure you're gonna find something nice for you to present your friends. So let's go to the next part of this video, which is showing his reaction, and let's go.
So guys, here I am again back with the end of the video, and thanks for being here so far. And well, I actually called him, but there was a problem when I called him. A very big problem. I wasn't recording the audio, so the conversation was basically recorded on my phone and there was no audio. Well, this is his reaction, and when I called him, I told him I would go and speak in English with him because that would be part of a surprise that I wanted to do for him, and he was like very suspicious, and he said, okay, let me see, what is that? And I said, okay, I have to introduce you to someone, and then I showed the picture to him, and that was his reaction. He was like, oh my god, thank you so much, it's so beautiful, and that's basically what he said. And I told him, well, just don't post anything yet because I haven't uploaded the video. So he basically knows about the image already, but you are not watching it. Well, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, thumb this up, and please share ideas of things you're doing to present your friends during quarantine, because I'm sure those people, they are missing you and they are missing their friends around too. Let's make sure to be in touch with these people, right? Because they need us now more than ever. And that's it. Have a very great day, great week. Enjoy quarantine. Stay home. Stay safe. Bye.